Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rohit and this is the JMeter series. And today's class will talk about that JSON assertions. So what is the JSON assertions and why it is so much important in the JSON assertion in the JMeter? We'll understand today's class. So now past class we talk about that response assertions and then we talk about that how we can set up our API. And now today we'll talk about that how we can use the JSON assertions to our API test cases. Let's understand in a brief mode. So if you see here, whenever we are doing the request, we are doing at that moment request in the hard coded that to value is 2. So if I go back to my postman, I am hitting to this endpoint 2 and then I am getting that id equal to true 2. Now if I change this value to 3 and click the send, this id will be changed to the 3, and then based on this parameter or the based on this value 3 or 4, this id will be keep getting changes and then value will be remain same. So this is kind of functional testing, you can understand that. So you are putting some value and that value should be returned in your JSON body as a response. So this is your functional kind of testing. So how we can validate these things in our JMeter? So not only the JMeter can do a lot load testing or performance testing, it can also have the capacity to do the functional testing also. Let's understand that how can we do that. At that moment, our JMeter have a limited capacity that we can test that the value is 2 or 3. This is the static, but in future I'll show you that how we can make the dynamic for the upcoming video. But it at that moment it's have a limitation of the 2, and then once we do that send the request, we are getting the response, and then the response also have that same value in the id. Now we have to do some assertion rules. Using the assertion, we should check that whatever value we are expecting is actually returning in our API. So let's do that. For that, what I'll do, I'll click here thread. Under the thread, I'll right click add and then click the assertions here. Under these assertions, we have a JSON assertions. Once we select the JSON assertions, so under this JSON assertions, we have a assertion JSON path. So we need to define that on which path I am going to find the value and then what value I am expecting, right? So on which path I'm going to, which field I'm going to hit targeting that, and then what value I am targeting that I have to be defined that. So let's go back to our uh, result here, view result. Under this view result, you can see that I am hitting that ID, or I am going to compare that ID value, and then ID will be the 2 at the moment, the static value, right? For that, what I have to find out the path, that how can I find the path. So you have to click here, and under this you have a options called JSON path tester. Once you click that, you have the ability to find out your path. Now what we have to do, we have to put that dollar sign and then dot. So once you put the dollar sign dot, it means that this is the starting brace of this field, right? Now we can pick any of this key name. So let's say that our case the key is the ID, and then if we click the ID and click test, and I can get the result equal to 2. So this is my JSON path. The JSON path, how do you find out the JSON path? So dollar, then dot, and then you need to put the key name. In case you are difficulty to find out the complex JSON, you can put here and then try to find out that. Once we get this path name, I'll simply copy that. Under this JSON assertions, you need to define the path name. If you don't define the path name, you'll get the error, continuous error in our future. So you need to path that which path or on which key you are expecting. And then value, you need to define that value here. So let's say I'm going to value that, but you can see I can't put the value. To put the value, you need to select that additional asset value, and then here you need to put the value, which value I am expecting. I'm expecting the value equal to 2. Okay, so in case if I am not getting the 2, it should be give me the error. Okay, so let's hit our clean up all our test result and run that. Once we run that, we should be able to get that data, and then this data there is no changes. Actually there is no value changes, and that's the reason it's all are perfectly fine. Now let's do one thing. Under this request, if I change 2 to 3 and then if we run that all this case, so right now what will be happen, this id will be changed to the 3, and if we run that, you can see that we will get all these are error, we are receiving the error, right? And if we expand that under the JSON assertions, you can see that what value we are expecting. The value we are expecting is 2, but value we found actually the 3, because definitely we change the value to get the response. So this way you can actually compare your JSON value, whatever value you are expecting. So this is only one JSON assertion. You can keep adding 2 or 3, and then you can keep checking that path. I mean, keep checking the value. Okay. So because if you see here under this, you are getting that under the response, we are getting the user ID, title, completed this value, right? So you can add multiple JSON assertions and you can validate that. So this is how we can validate the JSON assertion. So that's it for today. In our next session, we will deep dive more. So if you have any question till the point, let me know in my comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great day.